And with 56 laps of the Castrol 6 Hour down, the scoreboard tells the story. Leading the race is Malcolm Campbell on his Suzuki. He's 6.94 seconds ahead of Neville Hiscock, last year's winner, also on a Suzuki, who in turn is 1.28 seconds ahead of Len Willing on the first of the Hondas. Then comes bike 14, Rob Phillips. He's 12.73 seconds behind Willing. Then bike 7, the second of the Team Matic Hondas, Alan Blanco and Jeff French. And in 6th position, bike 5, John Pace, Pete Byers on their Honda 1100. They're 7.2 seconds behind bike 7.
And just behind them is this bunch. Johnson on bike 3, just behind Chivers on bike 6, and just in front of 8, Len Willing. Sorry, 10, not Willing, Glenn Taylor.
And hello, Andrew. It's Andrew Johnson, after biding his time in 9th position, has started his big charge through the field. Johnson's now up to 6th position and starting to knock on the door of bike 7, and he's through him, through Alan Blanco, Jeff French, and takes over 5th slot on the racetrack. And this is the charge we've been waiting for. Andrew Johnson, the pre-race favourite, 3 races won this year in production bike racing, and he's flying now on the tail of bike 14, Rob Phillips.
He's been held up for quite a while there by Peter Byers. Now that he's through, he's really got going, and I think it'll only be a matter of a lap or so, and he'll be past Robbie Phillips.
Well, this is the hard charging AJ we've come to know and love, and there he goes down under brakes into Winfield, and look at the big stoppers on the Honda.
Beautiful. Oh, very wide coming out there.
Oh, thank goodness for the concrete.
The 6 of these bikes separated by 2.2 seconds, covering 4th place back.
Phillips snatches it back. Now Johnson up the inside this time, can't do it. 1.5 seconds the gap between those 6 bikes again.
I think Andrew will try and pass Robbie again, going down into Honda corner on the inside like he did the lap before.
Phillips holding 4th place in the motorcycle race.
Set himself up through the high speeder here. Not quite close enough that lap.
The Blanco French bike right up into the dice too.
Pulls a nice tight line. See the difference in line between the 2 riders there. Andrew tucks it really tight and gets the power on early, as Robbie goes in a little bit faster and takes a much wider exit.
Well, that's the difference between bikes too. The Suzuki has to be left upright, whereas the Honda can be driven out hard and tight.
Right.
And look at that incredible crocodile chain. Bike 14, 3, 7, 5 and 6.
Chivers in the yellow leathers and Glenn Taylor on 10 at the tail end of the bunch, and he is only 1.4 seconds behind the leader of that pack of 6.
Roy Chamberlain on the Suzuki 1100 getting in the way. Johnson desperate for an outside pass on him. Can't do it, up onto the ripple strips. Oh!
This will really get him aggro. You watch him go now. He'll really get his dander up here.
The Blanco French bike deals with Roy Chamberlain. That's Johnson. And it's 1 hour down in the Castrol 6 Hour. 1 hour completed, 63 laps done. And that means if that keeps going, there'll be a 378 lap batters. There goes Andrew Johnson over the top. And this time there's no mistake. Will Phillips try for it? No, he can't. But with 63 laps down in the Castrol 6 Hour over 1 hour, that means we're looking at 378 laps if they keep going at this place. Take into account pit stops, maybe a little less, but that's way up on the race record of 360 laps for the race. And now with Johnson really trying, it's Willing and Sharp who face jeopardy in 3rd position. 22.49 seconds the gap up to Lenny Willing in 3rd place, so Andrew Johnson's got to find clear track in front of him and really get the hammer into it to catch up. But that, Dennis Neal, is exactly what he's going to try to do.
Andrew will pull away now. He's been held up for a while by this, by Peter Byers. and Robbie Phillips, but now he's got a clear track in front of him. He'll I'd say, extend himself about half a second a lap.
The early race leader, Wayne Clark, was called in by his crew just after the hour because he was too slow. He dropped to 15th place, and then the international rider, Wayne Gardner, only 2 laps on the bike, started to get busy. Really busy. And Lucky knows what he's doing to hang on to it there out of Honda as he's just settling in and desperately trying to make up ground. This is Wayne Gardner, and now he knows something about the limits of the track condition at Honda Corner, but obviously disappointed with the team position because they were in 15th place when Wayne Clark was called in early. Gardner got on the bike, and now he's really keen to pick up ground, but of course with an early pit stop and perhaps an extra one over the other bikes, they're in a very bad situation. Well back in behind 20th place.
1 hour 15 minutes into the Castrol 6 hour, and race leader Malcolm Campbell has been given the nod. It's into the pits this time round. The race order at the moment is really the clash of the superbikes. It's Suzuki, Honda, Suzuki, Honda, Suzuki, Honda, filling the first 6 places. What incredible racing at Amaru Park. Half a lap to go before Campbell comes to the pits, and it's got to be a lightning stop.
He's on his 79th lap, and it's been a great ride from Campbell in this opening session. A couple of sprinkles of rain. He's handled it well. He's ridden the bike pretty smoothly, and here he comes, except that he did bump the alternator cover, we think, at Honda Corner earlier on, but it hasn't troubled him. That was much earlier than halfway through his session, and now to hand over to Roger Hayes.
And behind him, Richard Scott coming in second place in the 750cc class. Watches on. Oh, slow stop already. Stopped far too far out. Nice and casual, Roger Hayes, but this is going for a long stop. Oh, all over everyone else's equipment. What a sloppy stop.
18.41 seconds stationary as Ron Bolden goes out on the second bike in the 750 class, taking over from Richard Scott, who's done the first stint for him.
And back to 4th place is Roger Hayes on bike 4, having lost 1st, 2nd and 3rd in the pits, and it was a really sloppy stop. Certainly not up to his standard. And Dennis Neal is in the pits.
Right, we're interviewing Malcolm Campbell, the race leader, who's just come in after doing an incredible riding stint. You're doing really good times, Malcolm, 56.5, 56.8, lap after lap. You're slipping through the traffic really well. How was it out there?
Really good. The first few laps were a bit hectic and a bit nervy till I settled in, but everything was going good then. Going so hard because we got one more fuel stop in the Hondas, so we're trying to pull 12 seconds each session, and we got the 12 seconds exactly that session. So.
Right, well, you're certainly doing an incredible job. When you came in, you couldn't quite see your pit area, I take it, because you overshot a bit.
There were some other guys up the lane a bit, and I thought it was them. I couldn't pick them.
And there's the 750cc class pit stop. Bike 30 into the pits, holding a substantial lead over 2nd place, which of course... And Toomey's on the bike, as Holden's off. Running 13th outright, this machine.
Let's talk to him, he's the leader of the 755.
20 seconds gone already. 22.5 seconds to stop. So they'll retain their lead in the 750cc class quite easily, in fact. And Toomey takes his time getting out onto the track. No fuss, no hurry about this young 19-year-old rider from New Zealand until he gets on the bike, and then he flies.